Folks, welcome to the fourth season of Just Convos, No Interviews. And I'm here at the wonderful, nice store of Philly Shared Retail. These two lovely young ladies have came up with a great idea of how to work this store. But before we get into this store, first, I need y'all to introduce yourselves to the people who are going to be watching this episode. Starting with you, young lady. Annette. I'm hoping that's right.
Yes,
Right.
yes. My name is Annette. I am the co-founder of Philly Shared Retail.
Okay.
And I'm Chrissy.
Christine. Oh, I got this. Christine.
Kristen.
Kristen.
Chrissy. The
Chrissy.
other co-founder of Philly Shared and By Local by Black.
So, I'm gonna tell you a quick story how I first heard about these young ladies' store. I was watching a live one time. They were on with Mika with All Black Everything, and they were doing an interview. And I heard some of the parts about your store, and I said, man, one day I would really like to interview these young ladies, but I never got a chance to even ask Mika about y'all, because when we were doing our list this year for all the people we were doing, one of the producers here was like, hey, I got these young ladies that got their own store, and he started telling me it was in Willow Grove. I'm like, I think I heard their story before. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I'm like, hell yeah, I want to interview them. So I'm just telling y'all, I am excited to be here today, and I'm happy to be here. So first, let's do a little backstory. What high school did you got? Well, did you both go get educated in the Philadelphia school district?
Yes. I
Yeah.
went to the Philadelphia High School for Girls, 249. Yes.
Okay.
I went to Germantown High School, rest in peace, class of 03.
That might be one of the last class. There's hotels now, right? Oh, no, apartments or something now.
They're trying to do something,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
yet. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
sitting
yeah.
there being pretty.
Okay. And that was the last class?
No, the last class was like 2016.
Oh, wow.
I was the last
Okay.
best class. You know?
Period. Energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Class
okay.
of 03.
Okay. So, tell me, how did you guys get into retail? What made you want to do this?
So, I can start from the beginning, because we actually didn't want to do this, right?
Okay.
So it kind of became happenstance because of what we were previously doing, which is partnership. We had our own small businesses. The pandemic kind of took a toll on us. Both of us were working for other companies, and we had our own individual small businesses. So we were trying to find ways to kind of collaborate everything together. Because a lot of our businesses did complement each other. So for a while, her and I would discuss like the things that we actually like,
Okay.
and how we can incorporate it. So it started off with doing like couples game nights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it turned into like, let's have a pop-up.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
have a pop-up. Her daughter has her business, which is a tables and chairs rental business.
Okay.
And it was like, I have the tables and chairs. We knew a friend who had an event space. We also, between the both of us, had lots of resources. We knew a lot of other people who looked like us who had small businesses. And we're like, let's just pull them all into
One area.
one thing.
Okay.
And we hosted our first one in April of 2021.
Okay.
It was supposed to be like a one-off thing. We definitely didn't have any intention on doing anything further with it. It was just like, let's just do it. It was a absolute success. Sold out. We had tons of people there. And I come from vending with my family. So I knew from the vending side kind of what I didn't want and what I did want and how I wanted it to look. So right then and there, we curated something very specific to millennials.
Okay.
Like we wanted it to be, again, we're very much a sip and shop, so we wanted it to have an experience element added to the pop-up instead of just a regular pop-up.
Okay.
And so we had amenities, we had hookah people, we
Yeah,
had
we had
bartenders,
DJs.
we had food,
yeah.
we,
And this is at the first pop-up you
This
ever
is
did?
at-
yeah,
Yeah.
our very
And
first pop-up.
Where did you do it?
That was in Maniac Roxborough, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And, we wanted it to be entertainment with a little touch of, shopping. And it, again, wound up being really successful, and it was successful for our friends who also joined. And so they immediately asked, like, when are you doing it again?
Yeah.
And we're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like that was
That was a one
it.
and done. That was a one and done.
And just the piggyback.
Yeah.
We have corporate background, so it was so much that we had learned just in a corporate setting that we felt like we could apply to support, small businesses. Especially during the pandemic, what we continuously heard was it was a lot of people in business that were by themselves, so community, that element of community was really important for us. To kind of bring people, together to share resources, experiences. And really we wanted to kind of have something that allowed people to come outside after the pandemic. We needed reasons to engage and interact, right? And we understand that it's not enough to just be a small business, right? Yeah. So we definitely wanted to offer these services, offer our experience, and meet a need for the community, but also small businesses local to the tri-state. So it continuously just grew and expanded, and then it ended up being a situation where it was like, okay, well now it's cold. We can't be outside. Where do we go? So the small businesses, a lot of them had started to incorporate our platform into their business plan, their business structure, vending with us. Their families now, this additional income that they're getting consistently because of our platform is now, it's now a part of their budget, right? For them to sustain their homes.
So they need you to stay.
So they needed us, right? So with them in mind, we reached out to them all. We're like, hey, listen, this is our platform. We had a press release. By this time, we had so many pop-ups under our belt that we could show them, listen, we have our own demographic, our own customers. This is how we can also support the mall with bringing traffic to the mall because we have these small businesses.
Into the dying mall.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when we came in, there was a lot of empty stores, so we're telling them, listen, we're going to bring them all to the mall. We're going to show you guys how important, small business is to the community. So in that, like I said, we were able to have that same year, starting our platform, April. By October, we were in the mall having pop-ups in the Macy's court.
Okay.
So it just continuously expanded. And like I said, it's been 2 years later.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you had previous businesses before, both of you?
Yeah.
So what kind of, and I think you said your family was vending?
So I have a family-run boutique in Germantown. My mom was advocate, so she did resource tables. We attended a lot of pro-Black vending
So like
things.
a Doom Day?
We did a Dune Day growing up. We did, the Million Man March. We did the Million Woman March. We
You did the Million Man March in '95?
in '95. We went to DC. Yeah,
I was there.
Yeah. We went to DC. We did the women's one in like '99 here on the Parkway. Like my mom was super into like resources and giving those resources out to the general public. So I have been vending literally all my life. Okay. And again, once we opened up the my family-run boutique, we knew that, well, at least I knew it was like, I was doing pop-ups to kind of get the boutique out there, but I knew what I didn't like about pop-ups, and I knew what I would have preferred. But there was no platform out there that made, like what I thought made sense. So it was funny, not even a year later, to be like, this is kind of how I wanted to look. And we were able to incorporate both.
Okay. And your background in business was what?
So my mother was an entrepreneur. She had a tag and title shop on 52nd Street in West Philly. So I worked 52nd and Styles, right off 52nd and Girard. So I worked for my mom all through high school.
I probably know you, mom.
Yeah, I'm sure
right
you.
Right on the corner of Styles.
Yeah.
My first investment property. My first investment property is Caddy Quarter from there. Back when what was the name of that hoagie shop? It's the lady now. She make it all fancy, but it used to be called like Mo and Joe's or something. Black Fufu. It was called Fufu from the guy from Black Mafia. But go ahead. That's a ghetto fact you don't really need.
Yes. So because I'm from West, my mom's shop was on 52nd Street. So all through high school, I worked for her, actually handling her books, payroll. I was able to hire my girlfriend. So we all worked for my mom. So that was like my first entry to being an entrepreneur. Absolutely. But my actual background is in nursing, corporate nursing. So like I said, I was able to, I became accustomed to being in spaces where I'm not supposed to be there, but I can navigate.
Okay. So you know how to get comfortable when you're uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Both of us.
You know what I mean? And that's a skill set, right? So to be able to then, encourage my peers. Like, listen, we're not supposed to be here, but we're here now, right? So how do we navigate in these spaces?
The best of this opportunity.
Absolutely. How do we navigate in spaces that's not even intended for us?
We were the token. We both come from corporate, but we were both the token Black woman in both of our entities.
Okay.
And
she was nursing. What were you at?
So I come from graphics.
Okay.
So I was a graphic designer. I was an installation coordinator for a large print house in Center City,
Okay.
in the Northern Liberties and in the on the main line.
Okay.
So I come from working with primarily Jewish people, primarily just people who don't look like me, and being
So like the Kanye Jews or the cool Jews?
Okay. Because it's a
No, I'm
difference.
joking.
Both.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
because my boss, who I've only ever worked for Jewish bosses, but both because you got to have the good with the bad in that community as well.
Yeah. As with all.
Absolutely. So I was able to actually see it from both ends. And on one end, I had the Jewish boss who promoted that. Like, I need you to be the token so we can kind of full circle this. And then I had the Jewish boss who was like, I need to put you here, but I need to keep you here.
Okay.
I can't keep you. I need to keep you right here.
So and this is funny. I have a my background with Jewish people is quite funny. So when I got into real estate, at some point I hit like a ceiling, and like the banks didn't want to give me no more money. They told me like, nah, you got too much. They start slowing you down. Probably at this time I'm probably like 22 years old. And I'm probably leveraging about $1 million in credit. Not the stuff they do now. No, I was doing really buying stuff, not buying a Benz, and then I was really buying buildings. And a guy told me, well, I could take you to this guy, and he's probably gonna give you about $1 million, but you're gonna have to pay me 10. I had to pay this guy to introduce me to this guy who had introduced me to this guy. I had to pay about $30,000 to meet this guy. And
Energy.
and it was crazy because when I paid it, this Jewish guy did like open up the floodgates to me. And I was bringing the money back so fast on him. He was like, man, I don't know what you're doing, but it's amazing because that's how good I was with the real estate, me and the people I was working with. But when I got sick, as much as he loved me and loved how good my work ethic was, I learned that they
You were
didn't really.
disposable.
Yeah, I was disposable. And as long as I brought the money in, I was his
He
favorite.
was an asset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the favorite black guy.
Yeah.
But then once I got sick, it got real weird, and I was
Yeah.
like, damn, this is
Because
crazy.
now you're a liability.
Yeah,
Right?
and we had some our conversations were always good, and it's just to get you an idea of the type of money you had. I had a meeting sometimes at a bank up on the boulevard, and one day we in the bank talking, and I'm paying him the money, whatever. And he said, come on, Sheree, walk with me. I'm like, walk with you where? And this man took me behind the bank, where the tellers is at, all through the back with a vault at. And I'm like, yo, this shit different.
Right.
But I'm looking at the power he got in this bank, and I'm like, damn, like what the fuck? Like he really has the juice. And we
Wow.
walk through there, and then when we walk out of there, he takes me further up in the same shopping center up somewhere. Like, let's get something to eat. Go get something to eat. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna pay for the meal, because I'm trying to show him I'm a classy individual. And I try to go pay for it, and the guy looked at me like, he shook his head, and I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, he owned the whole strip mall.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
So everything, the strip mall, the bank, all that was him.
Wow.
Energy.
His name not on it or nothing. And we had a great relationship until I got sick, and he kind of showed me that no, this is business.
Yeah.
That's right.
And in business, when you stop producing, his family told him when they stop producing, don't mess with him. You know what I mean? So it's just something I just remembered about. I'm like, damn.
And that's real.
Yeah.
And that's across the board.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's across the
exactly.
board.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
As good as the
ingrained.
last.
It's ingrained,
Yeah,
especially within that community. I mean, I could even go as far as to say it could be something that us in our community can take a little bit from. You know what I mean?
It
Because
still
there
adds
is,
humanity to it,
but
right?
adding
But,
a little
yeah.
bit of empathy
Yeah.
to it. But because that is lacking in that corporate.
What I will tell you is that as I sat back and thought about it later in life, I realized the interest rate I was paying on that money, just to give you an idea, was 18% I was paying on money. So, and we talking about 18% of hundreds of thousands.
It's crazy.
And I think about it like, man, his son would have never paid that type of percentage on his money. If his son would have went to him and say, hey, Dad, I'm trying to buy something with 18%, he was like, man, you ain't buying that, man. Like, don't do that. But I was so determined that I knew I was going to get in and out these deals. I say, I don't got no other way to get this money, so let me go over here and mess with the 18%. So it's just funny, like, when they find something sweet with us, they'll keep it going. But then once we fall off, they're like,
Yeah.
they ain't touching you. But that's another one of those reef. I'm just veering off to something else real fast.
But that's real, and it's all relative to kind of what we went through and why we even built this platform to primarily we're fully inclusive, right?
Yeah.
Because in this day and age, we're inclusive,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We have to be.
But we're the majority.
Yes.
You know what I mean? In these situations and in our platform and in this store and in our pop-ups, we are the majority.
So let's say you have a person here who was probably really good. You know, when they first came in here,
Yeah.
everything was quality, everything was popping. But then somehow, some way, something happens and they start to hit that rough spot. Do you say, hey, look, we got to take away some of your shelf space? Or do you say, hey, look, we can't carry you no more? Like, how do you make that decision? Because that's pretty much what that guy did with me. Say, hey, Reef, we can't carry you.
I can answer that. So as it relates to Philly Shared, because that's a different platform, right? We do our pop-ups with Buy Local, Buy Black. Philly Shared Retail is our showroom.
Okay.
We are in partnership with them.
Okay.
So there is a different expectation as it relates to communication. We do expect you to reach out if something's going on. We are in contact with you as it relates to inventory, what's moving, what's not moving. So if at any point, you know, like it's not death row, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not
so
death row.
if at any point if something is happening, we want you to make the best decision for your business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, like I said, a lot of it, like we're not going anywhere. So we can take a back seat and extend to them, hey, listen, what is the priority at this point? Are you able to handle the demand? Even though your health is deteriorating to a certain extent. Because we have people that will, you know, get sick or have a baby, you know, and then it's like their direction kind of shifts. Are you still able to manage the demand in the store? Because you are sick, your presence is still somewhere. So maybe we can work it out with you where, listen, you're not fulfilling online orders, but you can redirect the traffic directly to the store.
Okay.
Or are you saying, hey, listen, my focus is, you know, I'm a little distracted right now. Then we can extend to you the option to come back when things are better, you know, manageable. Because we're also running a business, right? But we understand that things happen. People have families, you know, and like I said, that's the difference here. You know, you're not coming directly in, you know, where the overhead is so great and you're still responsible. You know, this is a monthly membership. You know, you're just buying into having access. You still have the resources. We're not going to cut you off. We're not going to say, oh, listen, you're no longer a part of our community. You know, you still get to benefit from being associated and under this umbrella. It just doesn't make sense right now for you to be in a store. Yeah. Should you just do pop-ups when you have a babysitter or when your health is better? Or
when you can meet the demand of whatever it is.
Absolutely.
And the flip side is not everyone is a good fit for the store. It's just as simple as that. You know, some people need to be the face of their product.
Yep.
Some people don't. You know, it's just as simple as what the product is. And, you know, if you have a product that is slightly complicated to sell and you do best as the owner pushing it and incentivizing it, well, then it's probably not best to be in a retail setting, or at least in this retail setting. You know what I mean? But I have other things that you can do. You can join the pop-up. You can, you know, we have our event space, our creative space. You can host your own business within our commercial space. It just means that the retail side may not be for you.
Yeah.
You know, so we try to keep everything, you know, clear and clean cut, because it is a month to month with the option for either party to terminate.
Yeah.
You know, depending on, you know, we don't try to depend on sales per se in terms of like why we would disconnect a membership. Yeah. But there is a quota you know, a soft quota that should be in your head.
Product has to move.
It should be moving.
Yeah.
It should be moving. If it's not, then let's unpack why it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I was wondering, so I see it's you two that mainly works the store.
Yeah.
Yes.
But do some people come in here that own brands? Like, let's say the Melanated Nerd might come in today and say, hey, guess what? I'm gonna work. Let me work in the store today. Let me. You know, like, do anybody ever do stuff like that in the store?
So I can answer that for you. So as it relates to the actual structure of the store, it's me and my partner or our husbands. So essentially running, like, fulfillment for the store would be us.
No, so I'm not, I'm saying like while you're.
I got you.
Yeah.
With the small businesses, they are able to come into the store and then they can push their own sales for their product, right?
Yeah.
But we would not, the expectation would not be for them to, and don't get me wrong, our community is so supportive that they will, you know, say like, hey, listen, no, it's candles over here. Like everyone that comes in, they're very collaborative in that.
So it's like everybody's
effort.
One family.
Yeah,
it's a community.
We are.
It's
we are.
One community.
But as it relates to actually like transactional interactions, they would just be able to, sell their products. Like I said, they're able to come into the store, host, grand opening, new releases, soft launches. This is a shared space for all businesses. So we have people that come in and they'll say, hey, listen, I'm about to release my fall line. You know, I want to kind of be able to offer something, you know, can I have a sip and shop? Can I have a discount? Can I incentivize it for Father's Day? So they're able to do that. Our goal eventually, we just started the process for our nonprofit. So that's Philly Shared Cares. And pretty much what our goal is to offset the overhead for the small businesses. And then they're able to come in and volunteer their time, actually interact, actually meet their customers. You know, versus you paying that monthly rate, you might just come in on Mondays and come help out. You know what I mean? So like I said, we're trying to make it so that everything is not so much a financial.
Yeah.
We want them to have the experience of public speaking, of interacting, of becoming becoming essentially like comfortable speaking about their product. You know what I mean? Because we have some people they're artisans, they're great.
Too shy.
But they're too
Yeah.
shy to talk about it, you know? So they'll come and they'll donate products to us and they're like, try it.
You know,
And
you speak about your experience of my product.
Yeah.
You know, so we inherently become their brand ambassadors.
Yeah.
You know, if you know anything, obviously, about social media and the power of social media, these people are the actual creators, but they may not be good at Instagram. They may not be good at marketing. They may not be good at advertising and creating labels and creating content and doing all of the other things to full circle your business. And that's when we come in. You know what I mean? We come in because it's like, all right, I can speak about, you know, Just a Dope Black Girl because I wear her stuff. I like her product. You know what I mean? I can speak about Milan Jade because I like her makeup or I like whatever the case may be, and I can better sell it to a customer. Customer may come and say, oh, I love these bracelets. Where are they? They're right there. You know what I mean? We're able to talk about and give the experience because we're living the experience while the creator and the artisan is doing what they're actually good at,
and
which is making
it to that next level also, you know, because like you said, you know, there's a cap as far as how far you can go by yourself, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they're able to come into the store and we're able to, again, a lot of them are in business by themselves. So they don't even have the second person in business to bounce off of, to vent to, so, you know, we're able to discuss labeling. Hey, listen, you know, it's some errors in the verbiage on this, or, hey, we need more ingredients, or, hey, listen, you know, do you want to offset the black with the white for the men line versus the women's line? We're actually able to support them in real time. You know, they're able to adjust their prices. You know, is this price point appropriate? Does it allow for you to make a profit and, you know, get quality products? So you'll have some people that'll try a product out for 30 days at a price point. And then we're able to send them the figures and say, hey, listen, it did well. Or, hey, it was a little high in comparison to other products similar in the store that move at this rate. So, you know, it's really an incubator. It's really just like a full scale. And that's why we encourage people to come in and just try it out versus going directly into a retail space, exhausting all of your savings.
So this is their training camp, or this is their preseason before they get to go.
Especially if they're really thinking about going into retail. One of our prerequisites is now asking these people, well, what is your goal?
Yeah.
Is your goal to be in Bloomingdale's? Is your goal to be in a niche, you know, specialty shop?
Is it wholesale?
Is it wholesale? Is it white labeling? Is it you selling your product by yourself at a kiosk? You know,
we want to know what
do you want to do? Because
so we can
best support how you want to navigate in this space. Are you looking for immediate, you know, are you looking for immediate turnaround where, you know, you just want this, you know, instant gratification of getting a sale? Well, do the pop-ups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you go into Walmart and Target and you want your product in a Walmart or Target, you're now being combined with 50 other products that look like yours.
Yeah.
You're in a space where there's only maybe 1 to 3
that look like you,
that look similar to you.
Most. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just 1 to 3. And this is the only place where you're going to tell a story. You're going to have a bio. You're going to have samples. You're not doing that at Target and Walmart. Your product is on the shelf. It's mixed in with the hair products. It's mixed in with the makeup. And that's if you can make it in there.
The ethnic.
Yeah, I mean,
The ethnic.
It's funny because like when you walk in like Target or Walmart, it's the one aisle
That's
of
right.
black stuff.
The ethnic
and this,
aisle.
Yeah, and this is like double the size of that, and
Right.
you guys are probably not even working on a quarter or a third of the budget that they
No,
have.
never.
You know, probably not even a 16th of the budget. But what I'm
Right.
saying is that like I see that. Like when I walk in here, I'm like, damn, so they got everything in here. It's like
Yeah.
it's a lot of good product. A lot
Yeah.
of some things in here I have already purchased. some things in here I'm looking like, wow, this is pretty dope. Like, it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
So I see that y'all definitely in the mall. So I know there's a lot of foot traffic in the mall.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know it's kind of pricey real estate back when I was in the clothing industry. And I remember one of the downsides of getting like in the Macy's, I want to say like you had to pay for your shelf space. Even like getting in the supermarket, you had
Yeah.
to pay for your shelf space. It's not like I just come in here. No, you got to get your shelf space. And the
Yes.
closer
gotta
to the
approve,
front, yeah, you got to get approved.
And then you got to pay for
and
it.
the closer you are to the front,
Ah, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
Hell
closer you are
yeah.
to the front,
Yeah.
is the more you got to pay.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, do you guys don't run it like that? You just
No.
say whoever comes in, how you doing? You at the right time. Do you switch it up sometimes? Maybe take if somebody was back here for a month, do you move them?
So that's a great question, right? So we do.
Excuse me.
Yes.
All my questions are great, but keep going.
My apologies.
It's like no.
My apologies.
No.
So here's the thing. They do rent the space.
Okay. So the space is
So it's a two-part concept for the store.
Okay.
So they rent a space. And like I said, we have people who, that's why it's important for us to know what their direction is, because we have people that will rent the space, probably not get a lot of like in-store sales, but they'll get a lot of online traffic because they are associated and affiliated with being in the mall.
Okay.
Then we have the people who, which is, I'll say 90% of our in-store businesses, get a lot of their transactional like sales from the store, in which that is commission-based. So if they don't make any sales, they don't pay any commission. So
Okay,
they'll just pay
everything's
that
like a
flat rate.
consignment. Yeah,
Their
right.
flat
Absolutely.
membership rate.
Okay.
Now, a part of what we do is because the way the store is set up, we are very intentional about placement. So again, like my partner said, we can have anywhere from 1 to 3 body butters in the store at the same time. We're going to try our hardest to not put 2 body butters next
put
to
them
each other.
Separate. Okay.
Right. So we are very mindful about placement, about like line of sight. Does it make sense for this business to be right here? What can we do to, should they be high on the wall? Should they be closer to the door? Things like that. So we're very intentional each month. We're sitting here and we're doing the numbers and we're like, hey, listen, this person did well in this place. If we have another business that comes in, we're like, okay, does it make sense for us to rotate this person out? So it's a lot that goes into placement to make it go.
And they're not really
smoothly.
paying for that placement. They're paying for placement, but
store.
not location
Not-
in
not
the store.
Not
Specific,
position.
yeah,
Not position.
like-
They're just paying to be in
Yeah.
there.
Right, like you're
So
not
position
paying
is
extra.
however it
However way
lands
we
that-
see fit.
Absolutely.
You know
So
what I
you're
mean?
not paying specifically to be. You're not saying, "Hey, listen, I'm coming in. I want to be at the front." It's
It
not
don't work
that.
like
It's
that.
not that.
Okay.
You're just paying for placement within the store, and then it's to our
It's up to you.
discretion where you go.
However you guys merchandise. it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. And have you had some people that actually came from your store and made it over to the next level yet?
Sure.
Several.
Several.
Okay.
Several.
Okay.
Once we figure out, because again, these conversations are crucial. Once we determine what do you want to do with your business, well, now we can target you. Now we can say, all right, let's be intentional about this. So one of the biggest things about our membership that makes us different from any other showroom retail all across the country is obviously we have the Felicia retail store. Then we have our Buy Local, Buy Black that is our pop-up vending experience that happens in the Macy's court, just a few feet away.
Okay. And you do that exactly when?
We do that bi-weekly.
By weekly. Okay.
Yeah, so every other Saturday, high traffic day, put you right in the middle of the mall. We provide your table and your chairs, and we let you vend the entire day under our insurance, under our umbrella, under our platform.
Okay.
And
that's a
no
caveat.
commission, obviously.
I bet that's a caveat from being in here, or that's.
So yes and no.
Okay.
So we need to see your products to
Yeah.
be considered for the store. But you can just vend if you just want to vend. You know what I mean?
Anyone
if,
can vend.
If you need, if
as long as you
want
meet
the
mall
market-
management,
absolutely,
guidelines.
Absolutely. So there's a criteria for being able to sell your products in the mall. So as long as you meet those, then absolutely, if we have the space, we'll accommodate you. But as it relates to the store, it's very exclusive. So a part of the process is you have to vend so we can see, I need to see how you sell your products.
Yeah.
I need to see how you pitch. Because the expectation is then that I am to learn your pitch, right? And then be able to translate that over. So I need to see you do it first,
Okay.
So we have some people that are still learning their products.
Yeah.
And, they're like, hey, can I come in the store? And it's like, you haven't quite actually figured out how to make this work yet,
Yeah.
and you have to have realistic
Yeah.
expectations of us as well,
Yeah.
right? This is not a genie in the bottle. It's still retail, you know.
And
Yeah.
people can buy whatever they want.
You know,
You
it's
know,
no
we don't hard
guarantee.
sell. We don't hard sell. I can educate you.
Yes.
I can tell you about the product.
Yes.
And you can say, nah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well,
Thanks
I
for
got something
stopping.
else, you know?
You
I got
know?
something else, or thanks for stopping
Yeah.
in, you know what I mean? So we only want to create a showroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
A sample cell.
Yeah.
And we want to then redirect you. But the perk of the store, which makes it so unique, is, well, we got a few things that make it unique,
Period.
but the biggest component is you get the pop-up for free. So you're now in the store. You're making money in the store. You're making money at the pop-up non-commission for free, which normally retails at $175 to $250 per pop-up.
Yeah.
All of that is included in your membership. That's why it's so hard to get in here, because you may pay the same price just to do the 1 day pop-up, and I can sell your stuff for 30 days. And you do it the pop-up. So you got 3 ways of making money if you know how to strategize.
So then we have our event space as well. So you're able to rent our event space discounted, of course, as a member. We have our table and chair rental business, because we have small businesses that do pop-ups and they rent from us so that they can do another pop-up. It's a lot of parts of our business, but all of the parts are specific to small businesses. Like, we want to be one-stop shop for whatever they need so that they can hit that next level. So we're very intentional in that.
Okay. And this business, is this a very crucial, like, how many days are you open a week?
Well, we were 7. We just reduced it down to 6.
Yeah.
And what's the hours of operation?
So Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 8. Friday, Saturday, 11 to 9. Sunday, 12 to 6.
And you still work your other jobs while you do this?
I work part-time as a nurse.
Wow. So I seen both of you, you said both of you are married, I think, in the conversation.
Yeah.
So that's like your support system? You have a very good support system?
Yeah.
So how,
But it really is, we have that support system, but it really is us, because we have to show up for the business.
okay.
Yeah.
So in the way you did, you're able to curtail your regular job around this store.
Well, this is the priority.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As a nurse, I'm an advocate. So I've just, switched my advocacy to my peers, to my community.
Designers. Okay.
Absolutely. So like I said, I do that part-time because I don't want to, there is no distraction. This is it. This is it. You know what I mean? We see the big picture. We understand what we're doing. We see that we're changing the trajectory of people's lives, of their legacies, of their businesses. So like I said, that's the priority right now.
So what is, like, they always tell me in business, you should always have like long-term goals. Well, a long-term plan, or a long-term. But you should have like short goals inside there, whether they're 90-day goals, 6-month goals, year goals.
She holds me accountable.
Daily goals. So in your system, how do you guys, like, what exactly the things you want to see, like, every 90 days to make sure, like, okay, this is where we're going to stay? Because one thing I notice about small businesses, sometimes you start going and you wind up on this treadmill.
Yeah.
And this treadmill, you don't get nowhere. You're moving, you're working your ass off, and that treadmill you go faster and faster,
That's
but
right.
you're really not getting nowhere. So how do you set it up? How do you set up these plans to make sure that you, your clients, everybody can just keep moving forward, whether it's just an inch or a foot, or if you're jumping 100 yards at a time? How do you make sure that you can keep doing that? Like, what goes into that part?
I can answer. So for us, it's a little different because there's so many different components to our business structure. Like I said, we have some businesses who just exist and it's such a great product that they just need to meet the demand, right? So with them meeting the demand, we are able to just say, hey, listen, you already know what your customers need, because their communication remains open, right? So we'll ask them, do you want to host anything? Is there anything coming up that we need to be prepared for? And then in that, we are planning the environment around being supportive to them. So that's one part. But then the second part is we're a small business.
Yeah.
Right?
People
so
forget that we're an actual
people
small
forget that
business
we're a
too.
small business. So we have our own goals to hit.
So what's the
we
goals
have.
to,
So I'm about
to
to
keep something like this open?
I'm about to
'Cause
tell you.
this not cheap.
I'm about to tell you.
Break it down.
So first of all, we travel all over the U.S. Anybody that has anything remotely similar, and I say remotely similar because they're actually not
Nobody does what we do.
they're not operating on the caliber that
does.
we are.
Yeah.
And I can say that confidently because
Confidently.
we flew out to go see them.
Okay.
Right? We are very intentional in making sure that we are set apart. So anyone that has an event that is remotely close to celebrating or highlighting small businesses, we fly out there and we go see them. Because it's important for us that people know we exist.
Okay.
So we do networking events. We are at those political campaigns. We understand that a part of this space thriving for small businesses is that we are constantly putting these small businesses in position to be seen.
Okay.
So that's not just limited to the mall.
Yeah.
So we do our own networking. We do a lot of traveling related to the business. Like I said, we now vend. So we go to pop-ups where we actually bring the small businesses with us. And then we're able to show the businesses there, we can now do this for you. So there's a few parts of our process where we'll say like twice a month we need to do a networking event.
Okay.
Each month we need to have a minimum of this many businesses at a pop-up. We forecast, we plan for the future. Like I said, it's retail, so we're always planning around holidays. And I can't give you all the tea,
Yeah.
but it's retail.
It's retail,
right? So
yeah.
we are planning around when
We're already in November.
Absolutely.
We're already
should
in
be.
November,
Yeah.
December.
Absolutely. And we're
Yeah.
telling our businesses, you should be preparing for Black Friday now.
Yeah.
Because you're a small business. We don't have the, this is not a Shein, where we can just get these items. So we're telling them, listen, are you staying on top of shelf life? Are you, we get these vendor lists. Hey, we're sharing it. We have people reach out to us because it's a directory.
Yeah.
So we have people that's like, especially for prime time, do you have any Black stylists, Black makeup artists? People are looking for Black doctors. Constantly making sure that we're organized so that we can meet the needs of our customers
And we're evolving.
and the small business.
We're also evolving.
Yeah.
So this is
Because
going to be more than just retail. It sounds like you said doctors, you said stylists.
Yeah.
So this
And
is
our
going-
nonprofit,
Yeah.
so we'll be able to incorporate trades. Everybody doesn't want to be a small business.
Yeah.
So
Or
how are
entrepreneur
we-
at all.
Absolutely. How are we able to put people in front of gainful, lucrative employment? We have small businesses that come and vend with us because they're hiring. We'll have big businesses come and vend with us because they're hiring. We have corporate sponsors, Chick-fil-A, T-Mobile. Like we have people that have bought into this platform, understand our ability to connect. The city of Philadelphia last summer came to us because they were unable to get the children, like enough kid workers to open up the recreation centers. So they weren't going to be able to open up like the pools and camps because for whatever reason, there was a disconnect with the communication.
The old people got to go.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
You already know how that goes.
I mean,
that's just what I'm
ultimately,
saying.
it's
Just
a
I'm saying.
disconnect.
Hey,
These
ultimately,
ladies
that's
are not
what it
saying
is.
that. They're not agreeing with me. I'm crazy, but you old people, you got to go.
it-
It's getting younger in there. I will say it is getting
time
younger.
for reform.
It's starting to get younger.
So they reached out to us and we dedicated a portion of our platform, our pop-ups, to become a hiring event for the youth.
Okay.
So they were able to hire over 150 kids
because
that
of
they
you
did.
guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the kids are coming in the store, they're filling out applications. We had a line wrapped around just parents, just hiring on the spot. Even adults, to be able to manage the children.
Okay.
But literally,
So this is way past retail.
oh, it's way beyond
yeah.
retail.
Retail.
Oh, it's way
Okay.
The
past
retail is, this is the cute side of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I
So-
mean,
so
this
the
is
business
the
side is way bigger.
yeah, like this
Absolutely.
is the side where it's like this is the fun side. We can talk, we can shoot the shit, we can have a drink. I can talk to you about every last product in the store.
Yeah.
But it's so much bigger than just that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So who came up with the idea to bring to introduce the alcohol while they're shopping? Who
Me.
was your idea?
So I am a firm believer of the old school boutique where, because I do have a family run boutique. So I remember, being a kid and my mom would drag me to South Philly and into Queens Village and downtown. And we go to the real boutiques where you sit on these type of couches and they're bringing product to you and they're giving you accoutrements and little, treats and
I don't know what accoutrement is.
little crackers
Okay,
and
okay,
pretzels,
okay.
right? And then they're giving you glasses of wine and little bottles of water, and they're bringing you, they're bringing you a tablet with the jewelry on the tablet. Like, which one do you like? You want to try this on? And they're bringing a mirror to you. So I always liked that service. I was always intrigued by it.
Yeah.
So everything that we did from fruition was like it has to have it has to be incorporated with a with something lively. So I'm like everything that we do is going to be a sip and shot.
Okay.
or it's going to be us giving away something. So every once in a while, we'll have things to give away. We'll always have food. We'll always have wine and a little extra in the back. But it's little
charcuterie,
little depending on the day, you may get a full meal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
No,
I always
seriously.
like the element of, especially because we are small businesses. We
Gotta do
have to
something
set
different.
ourselves
You gotta
apart.
make, you gotta make yourself stand out.
So it's like, why not have a glass of wine while you're in one place out of all these stores? You're in the one place where you get to read what you're about to buy. You know what I mean? You get to actually engage with the product. These people and how their stations are set up, that's how their vending table is set
That's
up.
right.
They come in and decorate.
Yeah.
This is their setup. This is how their aesthetics are. You have the people who, it has to be white and black with a touch of green. That is their station.
Yeah.
I need a bio. I need people to understand. So it's all full encompassing. Have that glass of wine while you're doing it. Relax. And you spend more money. It's just a nice little
It's a
treat.
part of the business.
It's a part of the business budget.
No.
We go through a lot.
Yes.
We go through quite a bit of it. Yes.
Okay. So this is actually going to wind up being like a whole network when this is all said and done. So
Yeah.
I heard you say the thing about prime times and being an uncle and a part-time father that I am. I've paid for quite a few primes in my life.
Energy.
And, yeah. So so you it's going to be to the point where like kids come in here like, hey, I want to get fitted. You got this dressmaker, this style maker, whatever like that.
You're not getting fitted in here.
Okay. I just want to know.
But I'm going to get you information to get yourself
That's
fitted.
right.
To a reputable person.
That's
not,
right.
Not a person that's going to have you dressed the day of the prom.
I'm
Like,
not going to send you to
So we do
Macy's.
that now.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to send you to
Yeah.
Macy's to get a bra fitting.
Yeah.
I have a person who can fit
That's
you
in
into
our
a bra.
directory.
That's from our
Directory.
directory, and I can call them up right now and be like, I'm sending 5 people your way.
Yeah, we
So all I
have.
want to know is that on the website?
No, because that's what makes it. That's what honestly makes us slightly different.
You think
know?
slightly different? I think y'all guys should have a website at this point because
So we
now-
have a website.
So we do have a website.
Okay,
But the
So-
directory isn't privy to the exact. That
That's not for
directory isn't
everybody.
on the
That's-
website.
So the actual directory is only for like Cuban, only for certain customers, or is it for
So
everybody?
that's a great. You bringing that you told me you was going to have good questions.
I told you.
I mean, that was a really solid question.
Okay. So,
Because y'all got this underworld going on.
We
over
sure
here.
do.
Is it like what's going on over
but guess
there?
what? All right. So a few
It's really
things.
spicy.
We gotta pull back these layers. We gotta pull back these layers.
Yo, that's so funny because that's real. Okay. So again, we're resources, right? But we are also not the same way we had to go out and network and interact and
And get all of those people?
You got to do that
Hold
too,
up,
right?
hold up. No.
So listen. So here's the thing. This list that we have now, we're not. Now,
It's holy
again,
grail.
We
It
have
is
to-
absolutely
really
the
is.
holy grail.
Like we had somebody reach out to us and was like, "Hey, listen, do you know a black seamstress that can help me make alterations for my wedding dress?" Yes, I do.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, we'll have people reach out. Can you recommend, like we had the DA's office, can you send me a list of black caterers? Absolutely. And I can send them a list of 10. Oh, do you want vegan? Do you want, and provide options? Yeah. We are sharing resources, but I'm not sending you just a list.
Our vendor list.
Of 1,000 small businesses. You know why? Because one, we post them on IG. We give them marketing.
So I got you. So hold on. I just want to make sure I got
Absolutely.
this right. So what you want? So if they call you directly,
Yes.
they reach out to you guys directly.
Yes.
You'll say, all right, what you want? Okay, so if you want black-owned barber, you give them
Yes.
10 barbers.
Yes.
You want a hairdresser, I give you 10.
Yes.
These are all reputable people.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, how do you make sure the person you're referring to these people that you already vetted is worth referring? Now, do you worry about that?
So we do not. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you why. Because that's a layer of business
it
that
happens.
you have to do
Yeah.
your due diligence.
I'm just
See,
giving you a list of people we've
giving
interacted
you a
with.
referral.
That's
Yeah.
all.
And then
Now, like I
we're
said,
washing our hands of
Now
it.
that's up to
Yeah.
the small business to say their money is worth. You know,
Yeah.
because all money not good money, right?
Yes,
so
correct.
it's up to them to use their own discernment and determine whether or not it makes sense for them to engage in business with them. All we're doing is throwing the oop.
Yeah.
That's all.
So
But
you
the
got-
list
So this is like
The Holy
Angie-
Grail list?
Yeah, the Holy Grail.
that people try to pay us thousands for?
Literally.
No,
No.
no. Now, if you need something from the list,
You can
I
get
can
it.
can
tell
share.
you. If you want to know about the businesses in the store, we tell you who they are.
Yeah. We tag them. We encourage you to
we
follow
tag
them.
you. We tell you to follow them. We tell them. We give you that information. But that list, though,
No.
Not happening.
It's years
No.
of hard
No.
work and relationship, and like I said, people bought into this platform, and we're just not interested in just giving it out.
And
we're just
we've
not.
had
we're
multiple
protecting these small
people-
businesses too.
yeah,
But
we've
we
had
have-
multiple people like, I need the email
I'll
list.
pay you.
I'll pay
for
you.
it.
Or and it's like, one of the not to be too spicy or cocky, but what makes us unique is us.
Yeah.
People do business with us because we have
They
good
like who you
business
are.
acumen.
Yeah.
We have, we're candid, we're transparent, but we're also professional. We can articulate what we're talking about in real time. I can look you in the face and say, this is my business and this is what we do.